Imagine this. You've met someone who seems to have it all together. They're always the life of the party, making everyone laugh, maybe even cracking jokes about their own struggles. But behind that smile, they're crumbling. It's like they're wearing a mask, trying to convince the world they're fine. But in reality, they're running on empty. This is called smiling depression, and it's more common than you think. It's a perfect example of the dangerous trap of extreme emotions. It's kind of like someone with terminal cancer who feels okay for a while. They can go on living their life, even feeling good, right before the inevitable happens. You see, our brain is powerful. It can trick us into feeling short bursts of happiness. Dopamine kicks in, giving us that temporary high. But this is only short-lived. The problem? Our brain burns through those dopamine reserves faster than we can recharge them. So, while you might feel high around people, when you're alone or going through daily routines, it's like your emotional batteries are dead. So what's happening in the brain when we're experiencing these emotional extremes? Scientists call it dopamine depletion. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, motivation, and happiness. When we push ourselves to feel extreme happiness, like when we perform or fake it till we make it, we use up our dopamine reserves too quickly. And here's the kicker. The more you deplete these reserves without recharging them, the harder it becomes to feel even a little bit of happiness in your normal life. This leads to a vicious cycle of emotional burnout. You get stuck, feeling off, even when you're alone, and it feels like you've lost the ability to experience true joy. So how do we break this cycle? The answer lies in emotional balance, or as psychologists call it, emotional agility. This means allowing yourself to feel without getting swept away by the extremes. It's about being present in the moment and letting your emotions pass without letting them control you. Think of it like charging your emotional battery. You don't want to drain it all at once. You want to make sure you're using your energy wisely, and also that you have the capacity to feel joy when it's appropriate, when you're with friends, with family, or even in your alone time. Start by recognizing when you're emotionally overextended. If you're constantly pushing yourself to be on around others, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you really okay? Or are you running on fumes? Practice mindfulness. Don't just go through the motions. Be present in your emotions. If you're happy, enjoy. But when sadness hits, let it be. Don't suppress it. It's all part of the cycle. Just like we need to rest physically, our emotions need downtime too. Take breaks, spend time alone, and make sure you're recharging before facing the world again. No one is saying no. You don't have to be happy all the time for the sake of others. Set healthy emotional boundaries so you don't deplete your energy pretending to be something you're not. In the end, extreme emotions, whether they're overwhelming happiness or crushing sadness, are both traps, and it's easy to fall into them. But emotional balance isn't about denying feelings. It's about understanding them, managing them, and making sure your emotional well-being isn't something you're always sacrificing for the sake of others. Remember, emotional stability is the key to living a more fulfilling, balanced life. So next time you feel yourself slipping into that fake-it-till-you-make-it mindset, take a step back, listen to your feelings, recharge, and find your balance. Have you ever experienced the danger of extreme emotions? Drop a comment below and share how you stay balanced in your emotional life. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more life-changing tips.